time. Got liquor on the table, I don't mind. Where the night goes, your skin on mine. I see no other people, love is blind. But that's alright though. Pull me down, drown me in this thing I'm feeling. Round and round, the world is turning upside down. Tell me how I could be the one you're needing. Girl, your touch is driving me wild. I want your body on me. This moment is fleeting, so don't go away. I want your body on me. This moment is magic, I want you to stay. When you're playful, give it time. I'll make you mine, girl, your hand in mine. I'll lead you far away, girl, so divine. Our lips touch, our eyes close. Pull me down, drown me in this thing I'm feeling. Round and round, the world is turning upside down. Tell me how I could be the one you're needing, girl. Your touch is driving me wild. I want your body on me. This moment is fleeting, so don't go away. I want your body on me. This moment is magic, I want you to stay. I want your body on me. This moment is fleeting, so don't go away. I want your body on me. This moment is magic, I want you to stay. Your body on me. I want you to stay.
So no glory for me. I break no sweat for a bottle of three. I see myself in between two worlds. Can't decide which is better or worse. I sell my soul. One more day in this harmony. I won't grow old. No escape from this bigger dream room. I'm in too deep, sell my soul, won't grow old. Said I'm in too deep. Said I'm in too deep, sell my soul, won't grow old. Sell my soul, won't grow old. Said I'm in too deep, deep, deep. Said I'm in too deep. Some say life is short and you'll see what's behind you is your history. I can't think about the things I miss. So happy living in this joyful bliss. I'll sell my soul one more day in this harmony. I won't grow old. No escape from this bigger dream. Ooh. Sell my soul. Sell my soul. I'm in too deep. Sell my soul. Won't grow old. Said I'm in too deep. Said I'm in too deep. Sell my soul. Won't grow old. Sell my soul. Won't grow old. Said I'm in too I'm in too deep. Sell my soul. Won't grow old. Said I'm in too deep. Sell my soul. Won't grow old.
Good morning, friends, and welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. Happy Sunday morning to you, and happy early Halloween. Halloween is this week, so I hope you guys all have your costumes ready to go. And today we are joined by a very special guest, the singing sewing machine.
I'm going to sew your little heart out.
I love it. It's so much fun. I finally figured out how to turn it on and off, so. I love it. It's so much fun. Thank you so much to Mama Joyce and Sherlock Cheryl. And every time I turn it on, the dogs come walk running. Yes, everything's fine. Thank you. Thank you for saving me from the skeleton sewing machine. Every time I turn it on, they come running. They want to check to make sure it's okay. Everything's fine. Thank you. Yes, it's the sewing machine again. Yes, see? She doesn't like it. She does not like it. Anyway, thank you again to my Mama Joyce and Sherlock Cheryl for giving me that beautiful gift. It was amazing. And this amazing hat. Sherlock Cheryl made me this. It's absolutely beautiful. I'm not sure how long I'll keep it on, but I will try and keep it on for now. But isn't it gorgeous, guys? It is just absolutely beautiful. She did it all herself. Started with just a plain black hat. She bought some fabric that looks like patchwork, which I thought was really cool. She got a bunch of flowers on there and some leaves, and then there's a glittery bat, and then the whole thing lights up. You guys can see the lights are on right now. If I turn them off, you can see how that lights up. Really cool. So thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. I adore it. As you can see, I'm wearing it right now, so thank you. Oh, just a reminder for those of you who have not already, if you are interested, we have these really, really cool coffee mugs in our merch store if you're interested. There's also some sweatshirts, which is perfect for this time of the year. It's starting to get a little cool here in Northern Illinois, and that sweatshirt's really going to do a great job of keeping you warm. From what I understand, it is a pretty decent material. Pretty high quality fabrics and things like that, so check that out. You can do ! merch in chat and it'll give you a link, or you can follow the description of any one of my videos, go all the way down to the bottom, and there's a link down there that gives you it as well. So thank you to everybody that's interested in that. I appreciate it. Every dollar that you spend towards the channel goes right back into the channel for brand new projects. And we've got a lot of fun projects that are going to be coming up here soon. So I'm really excited about that. Speaking of projects, we are going to be finishing up on a project that I started a couple of years ago. I'll show you guys what it actually looks like here in a second. I'm like halfway through sewing up something, so I wanted to finish that up before I pulled it back off the machine. And we'll talk about that in just a minute. First, I need to take a sip of this coffee because, my gosh, my throat is just killing me today. I really hope I'm not coming down with something. Oh, okay. All right, so thanks again. Let's, where was I? I'm getting distracted today. So this week I was actually out of the office. I was out of town. That's where I was. I was out of town this week. So I was not able to get you guys a Floral States of America video this week, and I do apologize for that, but don't you worry. Hopefully we'll have another one for you this week coming up. I traveled to Detroit, Michigan for a one-day conference, but it is a 4.5-hour drive there. So we did leave on Tuesday about midday. We got there around dinner time, had some great food, went to some fantastic restaurants. It was amazing. And then we stayed the day for Wednesday for a conference, and then we came back home Thursday morning, bright and early Thursday morning. We were back in the office by about 11:30, so wasn't too bad. Did take us longer to get home than it did to get there because of traffic on 80, but you know, that's all right. It is what it is. But it was a good conference. We had a great time. I learned some new things, so I'm hoping to be able to utilize those skills coming up here soon in my corporate job. It had nothing to do with sewing at all, so that's why I didn't bother sharing any of that with you guys. But it was still something fun that I was doing this week. So it's always nice to kind of get out of the office and do something a little different every once in a while. And I did go with one of the co-leaders in my department. So we went together. So that was a lot of fun. We had 5.5-hour car rides to get to know each other with. So that was good. Speaking of videos, I've teased you guys about it before. I've kind of talked about it before. I've mentioned that I was going to do it, and I finally did it. I've created a second channel that's not sewing related at all. It is completely unsewing related. It was a channel that I created with the intent of it being for my friends and family, but you guys are my friends and family, so I'm inviting you along as well. It is basically a cooking channel. It is a channel where I'm going to be sharing some of my tips and tricks and recipes. And it's really more geared towards my kids, you know, teaching them how to keep their own kitchen and things like that. But I've decided I'm going to open it up to anybody that's interested in it. The channel is not going to be monitored the same way this one is. It is not going to be maintained the same way this one is. When I will post videos when I feel like it, there will be no rhyme or reason to them. It's got some organization to it, but not really. For the most part, it's going to be pretty unorganized. If that's something you're interested in, you're welcome to go follow the channel. It is called Home Cooking with Danny, and it's the W with a slash because there is actually a Home Cooking with Danny channel as well, so I had to name it a little bit different. So it's 2 words, Home Cooking, and then the W, and then a slash, and then with Danny with an I. So if you are interested, feel free, go over there, give that a sub, check out my first video. It's a beef bolognese in the Instant Pot made with jarred spaghetti sauce. It doesn't sound like it'd be very good, but it was actually really, really good. So it's something fun, something easy. So again, completely unsewing related. I will probably never mention it again. But I did tell you guys that was something I was going to be doing. And so if you are interested, you are welcome to go over there and check that out. What else have I got to tell you about? I'm not sure. I don't think so. I don't think there's anything else going on right now. Lucas is, you guys know he moved. I'm not even sure. I haven't seen him in chat yet, so I'm not even sure if he's there yet. Maybe he is and I just missed him. Lucas moved. You guys know that. So he and I are going to be meeting together on Zoom Wednesday evening of this week to try and do a little bit of a dry run to see how things are going for him over there, see how comfortable he is on a Zoom call, to try and do a little bit of sewing. And then hopefully we're going to be able to start resuming our Wild West Wednesdays coming up soon. Now, he will be on call on Wednesdays, so there's a possibility that he may have to leave our stream midway through. And if that's the case, it is what it is. I will also be making the pieces myself because I do have my own as well that I've been working on off the camera. So I will be able to help you guys out with that if it comes down to it. But we're going to do we're doing a dry run this week, and then we'll probably do an actual Wild West Wednesday in 2 weeks from today. So I know he's going out of town here soon. Give me a minute. Let me look at the calendar. He is going out of town on the 6th, so we'll probably do something the week of the 13th. It's Wednesday the 13th is probably when we'll do the next Wild West Wednesday. We'll have to wait and see. I'll talk to him a little bit more about that when the time comes. Anyway, let me go ahead and hop into chat and say hello to everybody there. I know Brat46 was the very first person in chat this morning, so thank you, Brat46, for being there. I truly appreciate you hanging out and waiting so long for me. I know Linda Denton was there as well. I saw Kathy in there this morning also, so let me scroll back up to the top of the chat window here and get in touch with everybody that was there. Oh, I'm sorry, it was Judy that was there this morning. So good morning, Judy. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. I love the fact that you guys are in there so early. I'm truly honored by that. That you guys take time out of your busy schedules and your busy days to hang out with me. So thanks so much for that. I really, really appreciate that. Let's see. Susan, good morning. She says, good morning from chilly Central Washington. It's been a little chilly here, Susan, a little bit. It's been in the 40s and 50s during the day, and then it gets down into the 20s and 30s at night. But otherwise, it hasn't been too bad. Mr. Wizard and I were lucky. We were able to kind of enjoy the back patio on Friday a little bit. We had a little bit of a bonfire. So that was kind of nice. Just he and I sitting out on the back patio, having a couple of cocktails, and just chatting and enjoying things. So that was really nice. But yesterday, it was a little too chilly to do that. So we opted out of it for last night. But maybe another night. We'll see. How cold is it over by you, Susan? Maybe you've already mentioned it in chat and I just haven't seen it yet, but let me know. Susan also says, time for coffee. Amen. I understand that. Excuse me. Fern King, good morning. Thanks so much for joining us today. Happy Sunday morning to you. I hope you're well. I hope you're having a fantastic weekend so far. Mona, good morning. Thanks so much for joining me. Mona said, did I miss it? Did you miss what? Did you miss the talking skeleton?
The sewing machine leaving ditches.
There you go. Talking sewing machine. You didn't miss it. I can turn around. I haven't come up with a name yet for it. Like let's... Yes, the sewing machine is talking again. They do not like it when the sewing machine talks. They're always coming in here to save me. Yeah, you really don't like that sewing machine. They're so funny. Alright, so there you go, Mona. I turned the machine back on for you. Let's see. Hi, Linda. I think I said good morning to you already, but good morning again anyway. Just in case I forgot. Hi, Brenda. Brenda says, happy Sunday. Hi, Brenda. Thanks so much for joining us. Hi, Denise. Thanks so much. Denise is one of our members of our channel. If you guys are interested in doing that, make sure you click the link down below that says join. Where you can become a member of the channel. There are 3 different options there to choose from. The least expensive option is $2.99 a month, and basically you become a member of our Scrapbusters Club if you're interested. Otherwise, it's just really a donation to the channel. There's not a whole lot of other perks for that particular level. And then you enter into the second level is our Fat Quarter Club, where I will send you 3 fat quarters every 3 months, and basically the charges that you're paying for covers the cost of the postage. And then you're also you're also eligible for our Scrapbusters Club as well. The Scrapbusters Club is available for all 3 levels. Basically, at least once a year, probably more than that. Right now I say once, but I'm thinking at least twice a year. I will just send you a box of scrap fabric. Sometimes there'll be big cuts of fabric, sometimes there'll be little cuts of fabric. It's really going to be random as to what we're working on that time of the year. But if you're interested in that, check that out. And then the 3rd level is our Experts Club, and that's where you are part of the Fab Quarter Club, you are part of the Scrapbusters Club, and you are also part of a quarterly Zoom call with me. It is going to be unrecorded, so it's not going to be live on the channel. It'll just be a hangout here in my sewing room on a Zoom call with me. So you can ask me anything. I'm an open book. I will answer any of your questions honestly, and we will just kind of hang out for the day. So I'm really excited for that one. That one is a little bit more expensive because it's going to cover the costs of, you know, the Zoom calls and things like that, and the projects and fabrics and things like that. So that's why that one is a little bit more expensive, because it does take a little bit more time to coordinate. We'll see how it goes. So, all right, let me get back into chat here and say hello to everybody that I've been missing so far. I'm still scrolling down. Good morning, Kathy. Kathy's one of our moderators. Thank you so much, Kathy, for being here. I really appreciate you being here. I appreciate your hard work and dedication to the channel. It really makes for a better channel, so thank you. If you guys got any questions, make sure you give Kathy a shout out. She'll be glad to help you out. Let me see. I'm just kind of scrolling through here, seeing who else I may have missed. I feel like Susan says, wow, we're actually at 48 degrees with the breeze. Feels like 38. Wow, that is a little chilly. Somebody says 55 in southern Indiana. That was Fern. 58 in Kentucky. Morning, Kelly. Morning, Terry. Thank you so much for joining us. Terry is also a moderator on the channel, so thank you so much, Terry, for all of your hard work and dedication. I really appreciate it. She says it's 51 degrees in here, and the windows are all open. Yes, we had all of our windows open yesterday. Yeah, it's a little chilly this morning. It was like 38 when we got up this morning, so we haven't opened them yet. It's up to 46 now, so we'll wait a little bit longer. Susan says, wow, a landslide in the northwest part of Washington covered parts of I-5 freeway. Oh, wow, Susan. Oh, gosh, I hope nobody got hurt. All right. I think oh, hi, Sandra K. Sorry, I think I missed you. Good morning. Thanks so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Guys, if I have missed you in chat, I truly apologize. I'm like trying to manage 2 different screens here. If I missed you, please give me a holler. Go ahead and tag me in chat so I know that you're there. That's the @ symbol. That's the A with the circle around it. And then So Not an Expert. And that will actually highlight it on the screen for me so I can see it better. Hi, Gladys. Good morning. I think I missed you too. I apologize. So if I did miss you and if I didn't say hello to you, please make sure you say hi again in chat for me. Because I hate it. I absolutely hate it when I miss people. Because, you know, you guys take time out of your day to spend time with me, and the least I can do is at least say hello to you. So please make sure you say hi and chat again for me. I'm going to take another sip of this. Give me a minute. My throat has been really scratchy the last couple of days, and I really hope that I did not end up coming down with something from this conference. Like, that is my fear right now. Like, I took extra precautions. I mean, I didn't wear a mask, but I did take extra precautions. I tried to keep my distance from people, things like that. But you never know. So, hopefully I didn't come down with something, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. Alright, so we are going to be working on a project called the Maple Leaf Table Runner. It was a free pattern that I started 2 years ago, back when I did my quilt retreat. I don't, if you guys have been members of the channel for a long time, then you know that 2 years ago, October, I went on a quilt retreat. I bought a bunch of projects with me, and I finished a bunch of projects. I was really proud of myself. And one of them was a Maple Leaf Table Runner free project by Jordan Fabrics. This is what the pattern actually looks like. And I'm going to show you what mine looks like here in just a minute. But that's what the pattern actually looks like. Isn't that so cool? It's really cool, really cool. So that's what it looks like. Mine looks very, very similar to that. I mean, you can kind of see it a little bit here. I'm doing some free motion quilting around I'm doing some stitch in the ditch quilting around the leaves. And so I wanted to finish up this one leaf, and then I will pull it off the machine and show you guys what it actually looks like. And then we're going to be doing the stitch in the ditch all around the edges. We're going to go ahead and trim it up, and then we're going to start under binding. I have no idea how much of that we're going to get to today. It just depends. But check out this backing fabric, guys. Look at this. I mean, I don't even know if the camera does it justice. It is just absolutely gorgeous. It's these beautiful colored leaves, and they have gold accent, gold spines, leaf spines. They're like a shiny gold spine. They're just so pretty. I don't think you guys can see it, and I don't have the zoom camera hooked up today to show you guys, but it's just absolutely beautiful. It's one of my favorite fabrics. This is a Robert Kaufman fabric from last year or 2 years ago. It's called Shades of the Season. It is absolutely beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So that's what we're going to be doing today. Drop one of my gloves. Every time I move, my seat cushion moves, and then I gotta get up and switch it out again. Very pretty fabric. Yes, it is very pretty fabric. Susan says, I used to have that fabric. Wish I still had it. It is beautiful, Susan. I absolutely love it. I bought 2 yards of it, and I was able to cut it in half and use half of it for this one. And then I have another project in mind to use the other half with. So I'm really excited about it. And as much as I love this hat, I am going to take it off because I feel like it just keeps falling on me. So I'm going to turn the lights off so that it doesn't wear out the batteries. There we go. And we're just going to set it right there so we can still enjoy it. I love it. It's so much fun. It's really fun. It's really, really fun. Alright, so let me finish stitching the ditch of this particular leaf because this is the last leaf. And then I'm going to pull it off the machine so you guys can actually see what it looks like. And I'm actually wearing slippers today because my feet are a little chilly. And I'm not used to being in this sewing room with slippers on. I don't normally wear shoes in here, so this is a little different for me. I'm trying to figure out how to navigate this. There we go. So I'm using my walking foot and just some white thread. And I'm also playing a little bit of bobbin chicken as well. So what do you want to bet we ran out of bobbin before we finish this leaf? Because that's usually how things go, right? So let me just finish this up real quick. What is everyone else working on? I'm sure that everybody's gotten their Christmas gift stuff started, or some people I'm sure are probably already finished with that stuff. I couldn't believe it. Mr. Wizard and I were watching TV the other day, and an Old Navy Christmas commercial came on TV. Like, really? Like, we haven't even gotten to Halloween yet. Can we get through Halloween first? Like, that's a little bit much. So, yeah. Let's see here. So, right now I'm just stitching around the edges of these leaves. And I did figure out, and you guys will be able to see it real quick, but I did figure out that one of my leaves is backwards. But I just didn't care anymore. Like, I was like, oops, oh well. Like, I'm not going to fix it now. Just about done here. Just got this one little line here to do. I was hoping that I was going to be able to finish this up before my timer ran out to go live, but it just didn't work out that way. Because, you know, if it weren't for bad luck, I really wouldn't have any at all. So, let me go ahead. There we go. Alright, now I can show you guys what it actually looks like before we do the rest. Let me unroll this. You can see what it looks like. Now, this is just a table runner. You can see kind of what it looks like. Ta-da. Like, gorgeous. This is definitely one of my favorite projects. Like, but you can tell that, see, one of the leaves is off. It's supposed to be flipped the other direction. I'm like, oh well, whatever. It's fine. I'm not going to worry about it. I love the colors. So I've stitched around all the leaves already, and now I'm going to stitch around the border. Same thing, I'm just going to do a stitch in the ditch I don't actually stitch directly in the ditch. I stitch just like 1 or 2 stitches over. But that's what I like to do. Terry says, oh my, I have my own black cloud as well, Danny. Oh, geez. How do you get a screw loosened that just won't move? You know, there's a couple of products out there, Fern, that you can use. It depends on why the screw is not why the screw is too tight. I mean, is it rusted? If it's rusted, there's some rust prevention stuff you can use for that. If it's a sewing machine screw, be careful. You don't want to strip the screw. Usually some oil and things will work with that. I guess it just depends on what you're trying to do. My yardage went into 3 different autumn quilts. Oh, that's awesome. Terry says she hopes to finish up a machine today, and she's just playing with some black patterns. Some block pot patterns. Sorry, I can't read. Sylvia, oh, good morning, Sylvia. Welcome to the channel. It's so great. She says, oh, that's gorgeous. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I love it. It's my favorite colors. Fall is my favorite time of the year. These colors are my favorite. These are all grunge fabrics. I don't know if you guys can even tell, but these are all grunge fabrics. So they're all kind of got their little bit of a texture to them. I don't know if the camera really shows it. But they're all kind of grunge fabrics. So they're a lot of fun. It was a fat quarter bundle that I purchased a couple years ago. I actually bought a couple of them because I love the colors so much. So we've got some other projects kind of on the back burner. It'll probably come up next year for things with these fabrics. So you'll see this fabric again for sure. It's a featherweight. She's trying to replace the light cord. Oh, well then Terry is probably the person you want to ask about that, Terry. We would have never noticed that leaf, Danny. Probably not. Well, I mean, you guys are quilters, so you probably would have noticed it. I'm sure that the normal person would not have known. Am I going to use it or gift it? I'm going to use it. We have started displaying, well, my coworker at work has actually started displaying some of my table runners in the office. So this will be on display in my office. When you walk into the lobby, we have this wall underneath the wall of our reception's desk. So we're going to hang it there. That's actually where the Halloween one is that we finished a few weeks back. That one is actually there now, and we'll have a Christmas one that we're going to pull, or a winter one, I'm sorry, that we're going to be pulling out of my stash that we're going to be finishing up too. So let me go ahead and get this back on the machine. We're going to be doing this whole border all the way around, so it's going to take us a while. I'm thinking I'm just going to go ahead and switch out this bobbin though, because I don't want to run out. How much is left in this bobbin? Oh, you know what? There's actually quite a bit left. I might leave it for a little while. There's a decent amount here. Hi Clay, good morning. Thanks so much for joining us. Thank you for subscribing. Unfortunately, you do have to wait an hour before you can join in on chat. And that is just to help keep the trolls out. But I really appreciate you subscribing and hanging out with us for a little while. All right, let me get this one back on the machine here, and then we're just going to start moving along here. I think I'm going to start on the outside and work my way on. No, I changed my mind. I'm going to work on the inside and work my way out. So we're going to be going all around the entire outside using the inside seam, and then we're going to do the outside seam. So this is going to take us a while. I don't know that we're going to get to anything else today, but we're going to try. Hi, baby. I really need to set up that fur baby cam. Hi, baby. I didn't turn them on. Do you want me to turn them on? Here, I'll show you. Hey, look.
I'm going to sew your little heart out.
She doesn't like it. She doesn't like it. Bye. Thanks for stopping by. So cute. My dogs are so cute. Those are my fur babies. That was Ivy. She's the baby of the family. Something I don't have is patience. Yeah, Fern, I can understand that. Oh, Terry, thank you very much for that. That is my new cooking channel. She did throw up that link there. Like I said, you know, it's cooking. It's not sewing related. You know, one has nothing necessarily to do with the other. So I'm not going to be monitoring that channel nearly as much as this one. This is still my main channel. This will always be my main channel. That one's just for a little extra fun. But thank you for finding that link. Alright, let's get going here. We've got a long road to go, so we're just gonna straight stitch this all the way. Jerry says I'm loaded with patience. I am not. I am not a patient person. Especially when I'm trying to do something that I want to do and it's not working out for me. I am not a patient person. Excuse me. So I'm just gonna, this is a zigzag pattern. They call it kite. I think they call it Kite-Tail pattern. What did it say? Yes, a Kite-Tail border is what it's called. I just thought it was really neat and kind of cool looking, so I went ahead and used it. If you are watching this after the stream, down in the description, I have actually put a link to Donna Jordan's pattern for this, if you're interested in making one yourself. You don't necessarily have to make it with these colors. You can make that with any colors that you wanted. I just thought, you know, leaves I should probably do as fall colors, you know. But yeah, so that's what we're going to be doing today. Kind of a low-key day. I thought about doing some fun special stuff for Halloween, and honestly, we have so many projects running on the channel right now. I didn't want to start anything else, if I'm being honest. I just didn't want to start any more projects right now. I've got a lot going. I picked up Tiffany, our project Tiffany, from the long arm. So she is back behind the camera there. We have to put a binding on her. I still have Home Sweet Home that needs a binding. I still have Tropics that needs a binding. I think there's 4 back there that need bindings. So those are all things that we need to finish up here on the channel someday. And then, of course, we have our Cotton Cuts projects. Clue 3 of our Wild West has shipped. Some of you have probably already put your Clue 3s together, and that's fine. You don't have to wait for us. Excuse me. With Lucas moving, we're trying to coordinate it a little bit better, because he's still making it with us, and I want to make sure that he has the support he needs to do that. And then we will be on Clue 10 of our Tree of Life project, which is just crazy to me that we're at Clue 10 already. That one will be in November. I don't think I have a date for that one yet. I might, but I don't remember now. So that will be the final reveal. In fact, they're doing the final reveal live on Cotton Cuts channel tomorrow. If you guys are interested in watching it, I'm going to try not to watch it. Well, actually, I won't be able to watch it anyway because I'll be at work when it happens. But, I don't know. I kind of like to be surprised a little bit. I mean, obviously, we're going to get the pattern here soon, so we'll have an idea of what it looks like. But I like to be surprised with different colorways. And I have 2 of those. I have Tranquil, which is the one you guys have been seeing me put together on the channel, but then I also have the Redwood one as well that I've been putting together off camera. You guys have seen me pull it out a couple times to work on bits and pieces of it, but I'm actually putting that one together off camera. For instance, I like doing binding. I dislike hand quilting, but I keep doing it. I do not hand quilt. God, I have the utmost of respect for anyone that does, but I do not. I machine bind mine stuff. You guys have seen me do it on the channel before, and I'm certain you will see me do it here again soon. But I do all my binding by machine. And I have to say, I've been getting pretty good at it. Like, I know a lot of people are like, oh, that's my least favorite part. I kind of feel like that's one of my favorite parts. Besides starting a new project, I also love the binding, because that's like the finishing touches on it, and it's very satisfying to know that you've completed another project, kind of thing. And I've gotten pretty good at it. Like it's taken quite a bit of practice and patience, but I have gotten fairly decent at it, I think. Sylvia says she's thinking of a hand quilt project. Well, Sylvia, I have the utmost of respect for you, because that is something I will probably never do. It's like not a hand sewer. It's just not my forte. You know, you have to know where your strengths and weaknesses are, and hand sewing is definitely one of my weaknesses. It's definitely a weakness of mine. Sylvia says, I need a hand project for the ferry and car trip. Yeah, I do, well, if I'm being honest, when I do car trips, I'm usually the one driving, so it's kind of hard for me to do projects. But I have brought, like, crochets. I have brought cross-stitch and crochet projects for car rides. I have done that before, because that keeps me busy, and because I am a terrible passenger. I'm when my coworker and I were talking about our trip to Detroit, he said to me, you know, he goes, I don't have a preference. He goes, I can drive, I can ride, it doesn't matter to me. And I said, well, I will be honest and tell you that I am a much better driver than I am a passenger. I'm like, I am not a passenger princess. I said, just ask Mr. Wizard. He will tell you I am a horrible passenger. So usually I end up driving wherever we're going. But I have been known to bring a project like that or two with me. I did not bring any sewing projects with me when I went to Detroit. I did not bring any with me. I actually brought the laptop with me and was doing some electronic projects instead. Stuff for the channel, stuff for the other channel now, things like that. So I was doing stuff like that in the hotel room. Susan says, I've been hand quilting since I started quilting in late winter of 1988. Wow, Susan, that's awesome. I have tried hand sewing and it's just not, I'm just not good at it. I am just not very good at it. Kelly, even though I did the big stitch hand quilting on medallion quilt that I recently finished, I sewed the binding on my machine. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. 4 days on a ferry. My goodness, Sylvia, where are you going? Have you done the 60-degree table topper without the special ruler? I have not. No, sorry. Maybe someone else has. Start with a throw blanket. Wow. Wow, you guys are like need, not meat. That's okay. Binding and chat. Yes, absolutely, Kelly. That will definitely be the next sewing project. Yes, for sure. Yes, for sure. I know when we do, because I usually try to do one Whips and UFOs project a month, or live stream a month. So yeah, there will definitely be at least one, if not more, binding projects coming up here soon. We are moving right along with this. We're already about halfway through the long edge here. Just, I kind of like doing this type of a project a little bit because you really don't have to think a lot. You just kind of keep sewing. The only bad part is this moving it back and forth a lot. But I like doing this because it's sewing and there's just not a whole lot of thinking involved. Like, you're not piecing anything together. You're not having to plan it out. Like, you can just kind of enjoy the machine. Like, I love sewing. Sewing is one of my favorite things to do, obviously. Otherwise, I wouldn't have a channel about it. But I just love these days where you just turn the machine on and you just keep going. Like, you don't stop and cut things. You don't have to stop and press anything. You just keep going on the machine. You just let it keep going. There we go. But right now I'm working on the inside border of this Kite-Tail border. I got on the inside line, and then we will work on the outside line. And then, depending on if there's time, we will start getting our binding together. Let me show you real quick what the fabric is. And just in case, I have an extra set of hands, if I need more help. An extra set of hands here. Just in case I need more help. It's gonna fall. But this is the fabric that I've chosen for the binding. The camera does not do it justice at all. It's a really bright orange. It's like an orangish red. It's really similar to the same color here that's in the fabric. But that's what I'm going to be using as a binding. This is another grunge fabric. Again, by Moda. My favorite fabric line ever. You guys really can't tell it, but it is. I promise. You'll just have to take my word for it. Back to Alaska in January. Oh my. And you have to take the ferry to get there. Wow. There we go. Is that because it's better than to drive, or is it somewhere remote that you really can't drive to? Go. Susan says, can hardly wait until I can unpack all the boxes I've been packing so I can quilt free sew all day again. Oh, that would be so nice, wouldn't it? Hi, Agnes. Good morning. Welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for joining us today. Annual doctor's appointment and family. Oh, okay. Agnes is another one of our members. Thank you very much for being a member of the channel. I believe she is a member of our Fat Quarter Club. And I do require that you be a member for at least 3 months before you receive your first shipment. So she will get her first shipment in December. Because that way the 3 months covers the postage. Agnes also joined our scrap busting club as well, so she'll get a box of that also. I'm thinking that one will also go out in December. It's going to be a busy month, December. For many reasons. Short ferry is recommended over small plane. We can fly or ferry at points. Fly hours or ferry days. Oh, okay. Terry says be right back. No problem, Terry. We appreciate it. No problem at all. Alright. We are flipping around here. We're already on our third corner, which is kind of neat. We're really moving along here. Oh. Go. Got that one a little caught there, probably on a pin. As I'm going through, so I went ahead and my sandwich process might be a little different than yours. I use safety pins to keep my pieces together. I do not use any like spray basting or things like that. Not that there's anything wrong with that. If that's what you choose to use, that is completely up to you. It's just not my preference. So I actually sandwich everything together, and then I use safety pins to pin it all together. And then as I'm sewing it, as I'm quilting, I will pull the pins out that are in the way, but otherwise I leave the pins in place just to kind of hold everything together so it doesn't come apart on me. And then obviously when I'm done, before I trim everything off, I'll pull all of the pins out. So I've pulled some of them out, but not all of them, obviously. And that's why you're not seeing me pull out a lot of pins as I'm going through. I use safety pins because then that way I don't get poked. I mean, obviously you can use straight pins if you prefer, but I don't like being poked, and with as much as I have to move these things around, I have found the safety pins to be the better option. Plus they stay where they need to. Because like I said, you're moving this around a lot and they have a tendency to fall out. Good morning, Melina. Thank you so much for joining us today. Happy Sunday morning to you, and happy early Halloween to you as well. Oh, above Seattle. Oh, that's kind of neat. Someday I will sail from Seattle to Alaska. Oh my. Danny did. Yes, I did. No. I did get your mailing address, Gladys. I apologize. I got it, and then I had plans to send you something, and then I unfortunately had to go out of town. So you will get something in the mail from me as part of the birthday club. Happy late birthday to you as well. But yes, I did get your address. Thank you for that. I meant to respond. I apologize for not. But you'll get something in the mail from me as a birthday surprise. If you guys are interested in joining my birthday mailing list, you can send me an email with the date of your birthday and your address, and you'll get a little something special from me for your birthday. It's a new program that I've recently started. But yes, Gladys, I did get it. Thank you. Normally I'm better about responding to emails, so I do apologize for that. This trip to Detroit really threw me off. It's a beautiful way to travel. It costs a bit more, but you have a car. Yeah, no, I can understand that. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. I guess I've just never heard of them being that long before. My goodness. So do you have to sleep in the car, or do they give you like a little room to sleep in? Like I apologize for all the questions, but I'm fascinated. Like I didn't even know there was such a thing as like an overnight trip on a ferry. I mean, I guess I just didn't know. I have to imagine they have sleeping quarters and food services if you're there for 3 days. Uh-oh. I think I ran out of bobbin thread. Yep, I ran out of bobbin thread. Alright, hang on. Occupied Canada. That's funny. There you go, Kelly. She says she uses safety pins, but she uses spray basting if the project is small. Yeah, that makes sense too. Excuse me. Okay, I always put the empty ones up here to remind me that I need to refill it when I pull the thread off the machine. That's kind of just my way of doing things. I always keep 2 bobbins of black and white thread because that's the one that we use the most here on the channel. So whenever I empty one, I put it up there, and then that way when I go to change out my thread, I see it sitting there and I go, oh, I need to wind another bobbin. So I don't forget. Let me grab another. My nose is going again. I really hope I'm not coming down with something. Like my throat's been scratchy the last 2 days. My nose has been runny. I don't know if the nose is runny and the throat is scratchy is connected or not. Kelly says she's going to head out. She's got to finish up some chores. No, Kelly, we totally understand that. We appreciate you hanging out with us for as little or as long as you can. We hope you have a great rest of your weekend. And a happy Halloween to you.
Be careful. The sewing machine will leave you in stitches.
It says, be careful. The sewing machine will leave you in stitches. Now I just gotta find where I was at. Let's see. No. I'm over here. Here I am. I found it. But thanks very much for joining us today, hanging out with us. We appreciate you being here. There we go. There we go. Hi, baby. Ivy's back. She's the baby. Yes, I know the machine was making noises to you. They do not like this sewing machine. Like, they won't bark or growl at it, but every time I play it, they have to come running to figure out what happened. Judy says, reminding everybody to make sure to watch the, to click the like button. So thank you very much. Sandra says, watching Cujo and Lurkin here. No problem, Sandra. We understand. We appreciate you being here. Thanks so much for hanging out with us. You can pay for a room with or without a bathroom or camp. They have heating lights. Oh, okay. Awesome. That's really neat. I feel like I've seen some videos on YouTube internationally with people staying on ferries overnight. But I guess I didn't realize it was a thing here in the States. But that would make sense, though, to go up to Alaska. Yeah, rather than driving. Sounds like it would be a fun way to travel. I've been on a ferry before, but it was a very short trip. It was just like an hour-long ferry. And we didn't even have our car on. It was just us. It's just us peoples. When we were in Ohio, we took a ferry over to one of the islands, the smaller islands, to have a little fun for the day. We rented a golf cart and drove around the town, the island on a golf cart, which is pretty neat. Because cars weren't actually allowed on some of the roads in the town. Only golf carts, so that was kind of neat. Michigan has an overnight ferry. Oh, that would make sense too. Yeah, that would. I guess I just, you know what it is? I guess I just live a really sheltered life. I just never thought of that. Yeah. It makes sense, though. Back over this way. Go. I am using my walking foot, which I normally will use it when I'm doing straight stitch sewing like this with multiple layers. I've over the last couple of years I've learned that it works so much better. Got some threads here. I'm just gonna trim those off before I get them lost. I do not remember what type of batting I'm using. I apologize. I buy them in large pieces. I buy them in like queen size pieces, and then I cut them into what I need. So unfortunately I got rid of the packaging. I know I did buy it on Amazon. I know that. I know it's an 80-20 blend. I know that too. But I could not tell you the name brand of it. I don't think it was Warm and Natural, but it might have been. Like, I don't know. I know some people are very specific about their batting preferences. Maybe I just haven't done enough quilts or worked with enough types of materials to have an opinion. We are just about at the back to where we started. Maybe. Yeah, we started over here. We're over there. So we're pretty close. And then we'll do the outside. And then we'll have to put the machine away for a little bit so we can pull all the pins out and trim it. And then start on our binding. Hi Carrie, welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for joining us again today. We appreciate you being here. Happy Sunday morning to you. Happy Halloween. He says, try not to fall apart at the seams. It's my singing sewing skeleton. The gift from my mom and Sherlock Cheryl on our last After Dark edition we had. I also have this shirt that says, Witches Be Sippin'. So thank you very much. And my beautiful hat, which I did have on earlier, but it was a little... For what I need to be doing, I had to move around a little bit too much and it was starting to fall, so I didn't want it to fall on the ground. Sylvia says, I have an extra day in the city. I'm taking a class on my new sewing machine. That is exciting for you, Sylvia. That is really exciting. Carrie says, you do family breakfast with yours on after the first Sunday. We do ours on the last, so just got here. No problem, Carrie. We completely understand. I understand that. And Kathy says she's back. Well, welcome back, Kathy. We missed you. Thank you very much for that. Thanks for coming back. I hope breakfast went well, Carrie. Is this a virtual breakfast like we do with our kids, or is this an actual, everybody comes over and eats at the same table? My kids are kind of all over the place because some of them are in college, some of them have just recently graduated, some of them are in different states. So we do virtual breakfast once a month. Originally, it started out as a great way for our kids to kind of, reconnect with home and not feel quite so lonely or lost. And then it kind of became a thing that we do now. So we really enjoy it. Mr. Wizard and I really enjoy it. I think the kids do too. Gives us time to be together as a family. Take a few minutes from all of our busy schedules and spend an hour with each other. Our breakfasts only last an hour. We do them on a Google Meets, which is like it's kind of like Zoom, but it's on Google, so it's free. And it will only let you do an hour, which is nice because then that way kind of limits us to only the hour. It's fun. And as significant others have been added to our family, we've added them to the breakfast, so that's been kind of nice. Usually Zoom, but this time they all came home. Well, that is really special, Carrie. I'm glad that you were able to enjoy that. Alright, this pin is in my way, so I'm going to go ahead and pull that one out. Now we are working on the outside. So we've done the inside of this kite, flying kite. Oop, that didn't sound good. Try that again. We did the inside row of our flying kite border. You can kind of see it a little bit here. We did the inside row. Now we're going to do the outside row. Oh, that's just the pin. I thought it's just the pin. So now we're going to do the outside row. I already did the leaves off camera, so that is already done. So we just need to do the outside row, and then we'll be able to take it off the machine and trim it up to get it ready for binding. Just going to anchor these real quick. There we go. Now I have not been pulling the pins out. I only pull them out if they're in the way. Otherwise I just kind of leave them there and we can pull them out later. I suspect that I'll have to pull out more than I did before with this outside border because a lot of the pins are on the outside now. A little quiet ASMR for you guys so you can hear the machine. I have my walking foot on, which I'm told it's quiet. I don't know. I mean, I've only ever known this one, so I don't know if there's louder ones or quieter ones, but I've been told by other people that mine is pretty quiet. I'll take your word for it. It does get louder if I go faster, but I don't like to go really fast with this. I like to kind of take my time, make sure I'm putting the stitches where I want them. Streamlabs is reminding everyone of our Facebook group. We do have a Facebook group, and I absolutely love it because it gives me an opportunity to kind of see what you guys are working on. YouTube is great because it lets you guys see what I'm doing, but it doesn't really let me see what you're doing. So that's why I really utilize our Facebook group quite a bit. We do have an Instagram page as well, but I have to be honest and say I'm not as good with it as I am with Facebook. Although I have figured out how to connect them up together so that when I post something in one place, it shows up on the other one. But I'm not as good at it as I should be. But I love it when you guys post pictures of the projects that you're working on there. It keeps me motivated. It keeps me kind of grounded a little bit, and it really keeps. I really enjoy it, so I appreciate what you guys are doing over there. Thank you. There we go. So if you're not already a member of our Facebook group, and Facebook is something that you participate in, please make sure you head over there and check it out. It's called Danny and the Experts. Because, let's face it, the other people in that community are the experts. It is not me. I am not one. That's also a great place where if you have a question about a pattern or a technique, that is a great place to go with your question, because like I said, it is filled, our community is filled with experts that know way more about this hobby than I do. And so when I have a question, I post it there because they're usually very helpful. So if you are struggling with a project or looking for some advice, that is definitely a place to go. Even if it's advice about your machines, we've got a couple of machine experts in our community, which is just fantastic. Terry is our moderator, is one, and so is Dawn from My Quilt Projects. They are both machine experts. They have helped me out of a bind a couple of times with my machine, trying to figure out the settings and things. Carrie says, LOL, I'm an expert wannabe. Oh, I like that. I like that. That's a good one. I always tell people that I am a novice at best. Like I know just enough to be dangerous. And I like to share what I learn. Checking to make sure that I'm getting the edge. I'm not pulling up the edge weird. Yeah. Sometimes when I'm doing this, I will baste around the outside of the project to keep the edge together, especially when I know I'm going to be quilting close to the edge like this. I will baste around it, just around the edge, a really big stitch, you know, as big as it'll go. Just to kind of keep things in place so nothing folds over as I'm moving it around. But I did not do that this time. I thought about it, but I didn't. But I didn't do it. Probably should have. So I just gotta keep checking underneath and making sure nothing folds over on me as I pull these pins out. Right on the edge. The pattern shows an extra border on this table runner. I opted not to add the extra border because I felt like it was already wide enough as wide as I wanted it to be. But it does show like an extra 2-inch or 2.5-inch border around it. One of my children is trying to request Netflix. Hang on. For some reason, Netflix has been giving us trouble. And every time my daughter Taylor tries to access it, it makes me update the account. I don't know why. I have tried, like, kicking everybody off and making everybody re-sign on, and that worked for a little while. I've changed the password 2 or 3 times, thinking maybe somebody else was on there that shouldn't have been. It's just weird. But I think I've got it now. So fix that for her real quick. All right. Did I miss anything? There are experts at not showing their mistakes. Yes to that. LOL. Bye, Sylvia. Thanks so much for hanging out with us. Experts are perfect. No one is perfect. There are no experts. LOL. We are all just learning. There you go, Terry. I like that. That is exactly the motto of this particular channel. That is excellent. Sandra says, I don't share much. Not into social posting very much. I just on my lives. And Sandra, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I completely understand. And speaking of lives, thank you for reminding me. If you guys have not already, please go head over and give all of our other content creator friends a shout out and a follow and a subscribe if you can. Sandra obviously is one. Terry is one. Dawn from my quilt projects. Kathy, Kelly, all of those ladies are amazing. They're huge supporters of my channel, and so I try to do as much as I can to support their channel as well. There is plenty of YouTube to go around. I am not the competitive type when it comes to that kind of thing. If you have your own channel and you're new and we don't have a link for you set up, let us know. We'll get a link for you set up. If you want to know about other content creators that are friends of the channel, you can do !creators in chat, and it'll give you a list of all of our content creator names and the commands for their websites. Or, I'm sorry, for their channels. Please go give them a sub and a like and a follow. Thank you, Terry, very much for throwing up the link for Sandra's channel up there. I appreciate that. If you guys are not already, go follow her channel. She does awesome. She's so talented. All of our creator friends are. Like, all of them. Like, they are so much more talented than I am. So much more. To keep pulling these pins up. I have my magnetic pin cushion sitting over here on top of my garbage can lid, and it's pretty full. I'm gonna need to pull it off here in a minute. Susan said she had to take off too. No problem, Susan. We completely understand. You have an amazing rest of your day. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Hopefully we'll see you next week. I am being honest and saying I'm not sure what we're doing next week. I don't think I've worked out a schedule yet. That's one of the things I got to do this week. Who knows? We might be working on whips and UFOs next week, too. Just depends on how things go. Anybody else have any fun Halloween plans? Did you guys do any Halloween parties over this weekend? Or got anything fun happening? Mr. Wizard and I usually hand out candy to all the young kids. I keep joking that one of these years I'm going to hand out stuff to the adults, but I haven't done it yet. Excuse me. You know, like Jell-O shots or something fun. I have not done it yet, but one of these years I will. Excuse me. Rotate. Oh, Linda, yes, thank you for that reminder. She says, do not forget to turn your clocks back. She says she thinks it's next Sunday. That is an excellent reminder. Thank you for reminding me of that. Because I am one of those people that needs to do that. Carrie says, now that I've fed the kids, I'm staying in the quilting village the rest of the day. There you go. How old are your kids, Carrie, if you don't mind me asking? I feel like I remember you telling me before and I forgot, so I apologize for that. I have a terrible memory. I usually spend most of my Sundays in here, sometimes even my Saturdays, just depends on what we got going on. Yesterday in the morning, Mr. Wizard and I went and got pedicures. Yes, Mr. Wizard gets a pedicure. Because he has figured out that it is easier for them to cut his toenails than it is for him to do it. Plus, he enjoys the foot massage, so he does actually get a pedicure. He still won't let them paint his toenails. One of these days I will get him to break down and do it, but for right now he still does not. But so that's what we did yesterday. We went and got our pedicures, and then I also got my nails done because I get my nails done as well. Then we came back here, and Mr. Wizard spent the rest of the day outside prepping our yard for the spring, or I'm sorry, for the fall. He, switched out the lawnmower for the snowblower. We don't need the snowblower yet, but we like to be prepared. We have found that if we pull the snowblower out ahead of time, then usually we don't end up needing it. That has been our rule of thumb. It's when we don't pull it out is when we end up needing it, and it's buried in the shed, and then we can't use it. So we pull it out now. Then he did some leaf blowing a little bit, just getting them out of the gutters. One of these days we really need to get one of those gutter shield things. We just don't yet. One of these days we will. But he has this attachment that he hooks up to the leaf blower and it blows them right out. So he did that. I stayed indoors for the most part. I made some dog food. We make our dogs a chicken soup dog food that we feed them for dinner in the evenings to help keep their weight maintained. So I was making that in the Instant Pot inside the house, and then I was also prepping this project here for our live stream today. And then I was working on a couple of other things on the for the channels that I now have 2. Jeez, I can't believe that. I have 2 channels now. So we were working on that. Where are we at? I felt like we were much farther along than we are. Yeah, we're all the way over here, so we still got quite a bit to go. Excuse me. Hi, Tammy. Welcome back to the channel. It's so great to see you. Tammy is another one that has her own channel for Siberian Wind. So if you haven't already, make sure you check out her channel. She's been doing a lot of really cool, fun things. I've been lurking on some of her stuff. I don't get the opportunity to participate in chat nearly as much as I would like to. A lot of times I'm in the office, and so I really don't have time to chat, but I can pop in and say hello or pop in and look at things. So make sure you check out that. Why is this stuck? There we go. Make sure you check her out. Selfie. Yes, I cook for the dogs. Yes, I do. Tammy, I think if you do !Tammy in chat, it'll give you a link. And I'm not sure what the selfie is. That must be from somebody else's channel. Although that could be a lot of fun. I might have to try and figure out how to do that. Excuse me. I'm pretty sure that we have one set up. If we don't, then somebody needs to email me so I can get that set up. Because I will forget. Usually Lucas sets it up right away. Yeah, it looks like Kathy's got one, but Tammy doesn't, so my apologies for that. I will need to set that up. If Kathy or Terry, if you wouldn't mind sending me a quick email and just say, Danny, reminder to set up a link for Tammy's channel at Siberian Wind, that would be super helpful. I really appreciate that. And then I will make sure that that gets set up before our next live stream. Unfortunately, neither one of those ladies has access to Streamlabs, which is where those links are set up. And Lucas does not appear to be here today. Thank you, ladies. And Terry, thank you for throwing an actual link in there. Appreciate that. I will get one set up for her. Thank you very much. Very, very much. You guys are awesome. I appreciate it. We want to support other content creators as much as we can. Like I said, there is plenty of room on YouTube for us all to go around. And I'm not that kind of a competitive person. Some of those channels rely on their YouTube for their livelihoods. I am not one of those, so that's why I'm never going to take those away from somebody else. YouTube is my way to make friends and hang out with friends. It's not my livelihood, at least not right now, and probably not for a long time. I thought we had set one up for Tammy, but I guess not. So I do apologize for that, Tammy. We will get that set up for you. But I hope you're well. Tell us, what are you up to? What are you doing today? What fun projects do you have in store in your channel for us? Trying for 15 away from having 500. It's a big goal. Yes, Terry says she posts her sewing adventures, and sometimes it's about her fur babies. You're talking 500 subscribers? Is that what you're talking about, Tammy? Sandra K says she's also trying for 500 subscribers. Is that what you're talking about? If that's the case, we'll try and help you out as much as we can. I'm not that far ahead of you. I think I'm at 661, maybe 662, something like that. So I'm not that far ahead of you, but my goal was to be 750 by the end of the year. I started at 500 at the beginning of this year, or just above 500 at the beginning of this year, and so I wanted to add 250 subscribers by the end of the year. So if you guys have any friends or family that are interested in hanging out with us, make sure you share our channel with them. The goal is just for fun. I do big giveaways when I reach the goals. It's not because I'm looking to make more money or anything like that. I actually do them because then that way I can do big giveaways for a reason. That's why I do them. It's also nice to have that many subscribers as well. I mean, it's a cool thing. It's a cool accomplishment. Different things open up that allow me to give you guys more access and more excitement. Exciting things. Like our memberships program, that's something for you guys so that you can be more actively involved in the channel and the projects that we're working with, things like that, stuff like that. That's why I do those things. Struggling a little bit here with these edges because they're so close to the edges. I'm trying to make sure that I'm not folding anything under. Everything is staying nice and flat. Kathy says, my goal is 700, but I'm stuck at 638. Well, if you guys are not already a member of Kathy's channel, please make sure you head over there and give her a sub. We want to try and help her out with her goals. I said the goal, like I said, I set the goal of ours for 750 by the end of the year, but, you know, if we don't make it, that's okay. Terry and Sandra got each another one. That's awesome. Thank you so much for that. Excuse me. You guys are awesome helping each other out. I appreciate that. Also, if you are a lurker on this channel, if you like to watch the channel, you like to watch the live streams, but you don't necessarily participate in chat, and there's nothing wrong with that, by the way. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But if you could just do me a quick favor and go over and just double check and make sure that you are subscribed to the channel, that would be really helpful, because YouTube likes to do this silly thing where if you're not an active member of the channel, meaning you know, you don't hit the like button a lot, or you don't participate in the chat, or you know, you don't leave comments, things like that, which is all fine if you don't do those things. But what happens is then sometimes YouTube goes, oh, well, you must not watch this channel as much as we, you know, you must not actually like this channel. So it unsubscribes you from the channel, which is so annoying for content creators like us. But it does that on occasion. And I've even had it unsubscribe me from channels that I actually participate in. So if you guys just wouldn't mind going over there, just giving it a quick peek, and just make sure that you are still subscribed to the channel. We don't want you to miss out on anything. And being subscribed to the channel helps to ensure that you're not missing anything. Sorry, like, words are hard today for some reason. Like, I think I have like the hiccups. I'm not sure. Like, words seem to be hard for me today. This edge is really kind of a challenge, because I'm like trying to make sure it lays flat, and I'm holding it down while I'm trying to. It's a little bit of a challenge here. That's why I'm going a little slow on this outer edge. A little bit slower than the inner edge was. I did that once on a quilt for my aunt. I had a corner quilted under, ended up making a second quilt for her. A year later, I unpicked and finished the first one. Yeah, that's why I'm trying to make sure that I don't get anything tucked under. Luckily, if it gets tucked under, it's not too bad. Just kind of spinning things around. Thank you so much to you guys for going over and subscribing to the other content creator friends channels. I really appreciate that. I know they do as well, but I do also. You know, I consider them my friends, and I want to support them, and I'm so grateful that you guys want to support them as well. So thank you for that. Man, this outer border has taken us twice as long as that inner border did. Right. I think because I've been pulling pins out too, like that takes time. Spinning it right round. Linda wants to know if I still have bobbin thread. Yes, Linda, I do now because we switched out the bobbin a little while ago. We ran out a little while ago. You probably missed it. But yeah, we didn't anymore. I have a brand new bobbin in there now. We're almost done. We're like, here's where we ended, here's where we're at. So we're almost there. Gladys will be doing Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 4 p.m. Central Time. Awesome. Gotta love autocorrect. Gladys says she's going to be doing a live starting next week, Monday. She'll be doing 3 lives a week. Wow. My goodness. Missed it. Must have been doing dishes. No problem. No problem. Not a problem at all. My goodness, you guys are doing so many live streams, so you're making me feel like I'm you know, I'm slacking behind here, but that's okay. I get it. I understand. Live streams are fun. They're fun. But they're also exhausting. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I am usually, like, by the time my live streams are done on Sundays, I'm exhausted. Like, because you gotta be on, like, all the time. Which is fine. I love it. I love hanging out with you guys. I love having a good time. But yeah, to me, they can be very exhausting sometimes. It also depends on what we're doing, though, too. Like, if we're starting on a project and it's kind of a laid-back... Like, today is a laid-back kind of stream. There's not a whole lot going on. Today, I probably won't be nearly as exhausted as I normally am. But sometimes we've got a lot going on, or, you know, there's a lot of trolls. 3 times a week. Wow, gosh, that's awesome. I have a content creator friend of mine that he doesn't do sewing, he does gaming, but he does 2 live streams every day, Monday through Friday. He does 1 live stream during the day, late morning, early afternoon on YouTube, and then he does 1 in the evenings on Twitch. Like, that is too much for me. Like, I would not be able to handle that. But it, you know, being a content creator is his full-time job. Like, that's what his family relies on to survive. So that's why he does live streams as much as he does, because then that way it's building, you know, it's building content, it's building, come on. There we go. Tube's getting stuck. There we go. No. Why are you getting... What are you even stuck on? I don't know what it's getting stuck on. Like, there we go. I don't know what it was getting stuck on. There must have been a seam underneath or something. But I, you know, in those cases, I get it. I understand. It's kind of crazy. You guys are definitely YouTube experts. Alright, so we are finally back to where we started. So now, let me pull this off the machine. Alright. For those of you just joining us, let me show you what the project looks like one more time. Ta-da! That is what it looks like. We need to pull all the pins out. So I'm going to go ahead and take my gloves off first. Hi, Sandra. Thanks so much for hanging out with us today. We really appreciate you being here. Turn the machine off. I'm going to go ahead and tuck it away because we're not going to need it anymore. We're going to be pulling pins out now. So I'm going to go ahead and put the machine away. Bye-bye, machine. We'll see you later. Alright. So let me show you guys the mess I've got going on here for my pin cushion. I don't want to poke myself here. Got a little bit of a mess happening. And I got my box of safety pins, so let's go ahead and put those away, and then we'll pull out the rest of the safety pins, and then we're going to be trimming up our quilt here. I keep my safety pins open in the container, which can be dangerous, so be careful. But I do keep them open for convenience purposes. So then that way when I need to use one, I don't have to mess with it to get it open. I can just clip it in there right away. So that's why I keep it open. Lots of pins in here. There we go. All right. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you. Thank you, Carrie. Thank you. Yeah, this is one of my favorite projects, and I'm kind of shocked with myself at how long it has taken me to finish it. So, all right, so let's pull the rest of our pins out first. And then I'm going to close up this cabinet a little bit so that we have a flat surface to work with to go ahead and trim this up. And then we can start slicing up our border fabric. Getting that going. Go. Make sure I got them all. Looks like I've gotten them all, so we'll go ahead and put this away. And my cabinet. Put that away up there. There we go. This is my extra light for my machine. I'll need that again in a second. Just go ahead and close this up. I always go slow because I end up catching something that's on this shelf over here. Okay, here we go. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to trim these up. So let me grab a ruler and my wheel. And all we're doing is we're making a straight edge. I'm not worried about measurements. Take a piece of styrofoam in the box and stick the pins in the foam. That keeps the pins safely separated and easy to grab. I make mine set that way. Oh, Carrie, that is a fantastic idea. I never even thought to do that. With the safety pins specifically, yeah, that's an excellent idea. I never thought to do that. Styrofoam is such a universal tool that I just do not utilize enough. It truly is. All right, so we're just going to pick an edge to start on. And I like to kind of start in the middle. And I know that seems strange, but I like to start in the middle because then that way kind of everything works from the outside in. Or from the inside out. So let's go ahead and grab this. Got a ruler here. Start on this edge. And I'm just trying to make it straight. That's all I'm trying to do here. I'm not measuring it. I'm just making it straight. So I'm going to kind of use my stitching lines a little bit as a guide to try and keep things straight. And just kind of trimming it up. Just keeping it straight. That's all that is my only goal here. It's just straight. Go. She got the idea from Nancy. Yeah. I've seen styrofoam used for a lot of things. Like I've seen the hard styrofoam used to clean your mats before. I've seen that happen. You know, I just don't think about those things. There we go. All right. Let me open up my... I don't need these scissors right now. I have a little garbage can that sits here on the floor. I use it as a shelf, and I also use it as a garbage can. But I'm gonna put that there. All right. Lay this out. Actually gonna start this way. Seems a little odd, but it'll work. I promise. It works. I promise. It just seems odd at the moment. It's a little awkward at the moment. Lay it down flat. Take my ruler. Go. I'm gonna end up pulling things off this. I just know it. That's usually how it works out for me. I could probably roll this. It might make it a little bit easier on me, wouldn't it? Probably roll it. There we go. And all I'm doing here is trimming up the edge. Give myself a nice straight edge. In some cases, I am trimming a little bit of the black fabric, and that's just because of the way it's laying, and, you know, some things are a little awkward. But that's okay. A little bit is okay. It'll all be in the seam allowance anyway. Go. Now, someone who's new to quilting may ask, well, why don't you just cut the pieces exactly the size you need them and then you don't have to trim? Well, when you're quilting, things have a tendency to shift. The backing will shift a little bit because of, you know, some wrinkles or what have you, because these aren't being stretched tight. So things have a tendency to shift. Now, if you're using a long arm frame, they're less likely to shift because everything's being pulled really tightly. So it's a little bit of a different scenario. So I always leave myself a couple of inches on either side as extra so that I can, so that things are allowed to shift a little bit around as I'm moving them, especially since you saw me, I'm constantly spinning on the machine. So I leave myself a couple of inches on either side for things to do that, and then I can go back and trim them up later. Hi, Katie. Welcome back to the channel. Thanks so much for joining me. I saw you joined Sean on your live stream yesterday. That was a lot of fun. I did catch a little bit of it, the replay. I have not watched the whole thing yet. It was good to see you. Katie is another one of our content creator friends. If you guys have not already, please go subscribe to her channel. I think if I do ! Katie in chat, it'll give you a link. She is our Greenland quilter. Lots of fun there. She does all kinds of really cool stuff. Lots of fun. She does live streams as well. Katie, do you have a specific day of the week that you do live streams, or are they just kind of whenever you have time? I can't remember for the life of me. I apologize for that. I should know these things and I don't. Let us know in chat. Hi, Linda. Welcome back to the channel. It's been forever since I've seen you. I hope you're well. Hit that thumbs up. Yes, thank you, Katie, for reminding everybody to hit the thumbs up button. Thanks for that. Usually on Thursdays and Saturdays. She had one yesterday. Awesome. Thank you for that. Thursdays and Saturdays. You want to hang out with her? She does a lot of cool, fun stuff. Katie and I did the Vlogmas last year together. That was a lot of fun. We did the dual live streams, which was a lot of fun. It was a little bit of a challenge. But it was a lot of fun. It's kind of cool to be live streaming on both channels at the same time. I am not participating in the Rosa's Holiday Your Way Fat Quarter box this year. This will be the first year I'm not participating since I started the channel. Excuse me. I'm hoping to still participate in Vlogmas this year. I have an idea of what I want to do for it, but I'm not sure that I'm going to have time to get it executed. So we'll kind of have to wait and see. For those of you who do not know what Vlogmas is, it is basically a bunch of content creators get together and we form a countdown to Christmas or a countdown to the end of the year, depending on what they're doing. And everybody does a different thing. Some people do live streams. Some people do block of the day. Some people do notion of the day. It just depends. Every channel is kind of a little bit different. I know that Becca and Ian and them usually have something special they have planned. I think last year they did like ugly fabric quilt or something. It was fun. I know Donna has participated in that before. But that was a lot of fun participating with Katie. Question for everyone. If pattern calls for a cut of 4 and 4 3/4, do you cut the size or do you do 5 and 5 and trim? That is an excellent question. At 46, and I usually do 5 to 5 and trim. Is usually what I do. Although it does depend on, you know, the project and the block. But that is a really good question. Oh, my garbage can closed up on me. Go. Alright, we are all trimmed up. So now you can kind of see it a little bit better. This is what it looks like when it's all trimmed up. We're all trimmed up. Looks like we got a little bit of a weird corner there. That's alright. Excuse me. So let me go ahead and cut up my pieces for my binding fabric and we'll get that going. Lucas! Ladies and gentlemen, Lucas is in the house. Hey, hey. It's about time you got up. We've been here for a while now. Where have you been? Did you guys see my extra hands? In case I needed them, I have extra hands here. History of Greenland along with folklore and Greenlandic stories and well into it in general as well. Nice. Awesome. Katie, that sounds like fun. Can't wait to check that out. Alright, so I have some fabric here. I've got about a half a yard of fabric, which should be enough for my binding. So I'm going to grab this. Looks like it might need to be ironed. It's kind of folded weird, too. It's weird. Folded weird. Like, this is the length of the fabric. Here's the selvage. Like, normally it's folded and half this way. Odd. Looks like this is going to need to be ironed up probably before I trim it, so I've got the iron here. I guess I could do that real quick. Yeah, it's weird how it's like that. Let me do that real quick. Here. He's so funny. He says he's been out. Lucas says he's been out running errands. That's what happens when you live on your own, Lucas. You gotta run your own errands. There's nobody there to run them for you. How are those spices there, buddy? I sent Lucas and Tony, because, you know, Tony's going to be moving in with them. I sent them one of their housewarming gifts, which seems to be a tradition for all my family now. I send them some spices from my favorite spice shop called Penzies. They are one of my favorites. They've been my favorite for a very long time. And so I sent them a bunch of spices. Unfortunately, I did send it to the wrong apartment. My bad. Sorry about that. But he was able to find them. He was able to meet one of his new neighbors, you know, and get the box, so that's good. I hope they were nice about it. Alright, we're just waiting for the iron to heat up now, so I'm going to be ironing these up. This is the fabric that I'm using for my binding. It's this nice, bright, it looks terrible on the camera. I don't understand what the color problem is, but it's bright orange. It's not red, it's an orange. It's Grunge by Moda. I don't have the exact number. I apologize from the salvage. It does not give me the exact number. But it's a bright orange. I think it will make all the other colors pop really well. So that's what we're going to be using. But it does need to be ironed up before I cut it. So I've got my starch spray here. I'm waiting for the iron to heat up. I'm going to go ahead and iron this up while we're waiting. Uh-oh. YouTube looks like it's doing a little bit of a weird thing there. He says, I did, and they were just now looking into recipes to use them with. Awesome. Well, if you need help, dude, let me know. I'll help you out. Terry, I thought it did. Like, I thought it did so when I saw it before, because it does have, like, a pretend needle thing here going on. Oh, jeez. I turned it on.
I'm going to sew your little heart out.
Hi, Patty. Welcome back to the channel. It's so good to see you again. I wish it did so, because that would be, like, so cool. That would be really neat. Although, let's face it, I've used some older machines that might have well have been made of skeletons. They were pretty dangerous to use. Just gonna iron this up real quick. I don't know that we're going to have time to start the binding on the live stream today, but that's okay. That is one of the things that I'm going to be doing off camera today. Now we'll get this project finished up. This is one of, I don't know if you guys remember, but at the beginning of the year, we sat down and we kind of did just a little bit of a chat. And we set up some goals for ourselves for this channel. Things that we wanted, or maybe it was just me really, but things that I wanted to accomplish this year. I'm a firm believer in setting goals, so then that way you kind of have something to work towards. So we have been able to achieve all of the goals for all of the projects that we wanted to start this year. And I think we're actually going to be able to finish them all by the end of the year, which is really kind of cool. But one of the other goals that I had set for myself was finishing at least 4 whips or UFOs. So 4 projects that I started before that I hadn't finished. And we are finished 3 of them so far. So this one here will actually be our 4th, I think. Let me check. Or will this one be the 3rd? This one will be the 3rd. I'm sorry. This one will be the 3rd project that we are finishing up. And then I'll have one more project, a winter table runner that I'm going to need to pull out here in December to finish up. And that will be our 4th. So I'm really excited about that. I feel really great about the fact that we're completing some of the goals that we've set for ourselves, and that we've set up realistic goals for ourselves as well. So that was kind of the other part of it too, was that we set up realistic ones. I suck at setting goals, Danny, because I always fail. So I stopped setting any kind of goal. No, Katie, I get that. Some people are not good at that, or maybe they set unrealistic goals for themselves, and it becomes very frustrating and also a bit of a kind of a morale killer, and it makes them feel like they have failed. I like to set goals for myself because then I feel like I have something to work towards. I don't feel lost because I get lost if I don't have a goal in mind. But that's just me. Not everyone is the same, and I understand that, So then that way, if I set goals for myself, then that way throughout the year, when I get to a point where I'm sitting here and I'm just kind of lost and I don't know what to do, or I don't know where to go with it, don't know what to start on, don't know what to finish, I can review that list and go, oh, okay, this is where I need to go. This is what I need to work on. This is where I need to focus, that kind of thing. So that's why I do it. But I also try to set realistic goals for myself. Like, we set up that we were going to start 4 quilts this year, which is what we normally do. We normally work on about 4 a year. So I didn't think that was too unrealistic of a goal. 4 didn't seem unrealistic to me. Turns out we are actually going to be finishing a lot more than 4 this year because of the cotton cuts projects, because I didn't take that into account. So we're going to actually finish like almost 9 quilts this year, which is just crazy. Just absolutely crazy. So there's that. And then I set up with a goal of finishing 4 unfinished projects, 4 whips, 4 UFOs. And I set that myself up as the goal for that, thinking that I would go into my stash here, because this is my stash here. I would go in here, I'd grab a couple of Ziplocs out of projects that I hadn't finished, and I just finish them up. I would just focus on it, and I'm doing pretty good at that, actually. I think I'm pretty proud of myself for what I've accomplished so far. All right, so these are. Terry says she can't wait for the cotton cut tree of life to be revealed. Do you want to know if you were correct, Terry? Is that what you're waiting for? Because I know you said you already guessed it. You've already completed yours, right? That'll happen on Thursday, I think. I think they said November 1st is when that will happen. So that'll be a lot of fun. All right, so now that we've gone ahead and cut these, or iron these up, we're going to go ahead and cut them. I use 2.5-inch strips for my binding. You use whatever works best for you. I have found the 2.5-inch to kind of be the sweet spot. It gives me a little bit extra on the end sometimes. The way I do it, it gives me a little bit of extra on the back end. So I probably could go like 2.25, or even a 2-inch. But I have found that I've tried to use the 2-inch and it just doesn't work as well for me. So I am sticking with my 2.5. So I'm going to cut this piece up into 2.5-inch strips. Now I'm using my mat as a straight edge. I am not using it as a ruler. So I'm just lining everything up on a straight line. I'm not measuring from it. Two and a half from that line. There we go. And I'm going to need at least 4, maybe 5 strips. So I'm actually hoping that I get 6 out of this. So we'll see. So there's 1. Two. 3. 4. 4 is probably going to be enough, but I don't really measure very well. So I'm going to cut 6 just to be on the safe side. Actually, I think I'll cut 5. No, I changed my mind again. I'm going to definitely do 6. Because that way I know for certain that I will have extra. And I don't have to worry about running out as I'm working through the project. So I'm going to go ahead and cut 6. I'm probably going to have 1 strip too many, at least. But this way I know for sure that I have enough. Blade's going dull. Alright, so there's 6. How much do I have left here? I have a 3.5 inch piece left over. I'll hang on to that. That'll go in my scrap bin, and it will go to some lucky YouTube or some lucky member of our scrap busting club. In December when I make those shipments. There we go. Trim off that edge there. Okay, there we go. All right, so I've got my strips cut up at 2.5 inches. To make my binding. So I'll go ahead and attach those on the bias. I've actually been doing biased sewing. I wasn't doing it for a while. I was doing a straight stitch sewing for a while because the bias was just, my brain could not wrap around it. But I found a new trick that I've been using to measure the bias at the ends, and it seems to be working really well. It was one of those Instagram, TikTok, somewhere tricks. And so I think I showed it to you guys once on one of my other videos. I can't remember now. But that seems to have really worked out very well. And so I've been doing that on the bias, and I feel like it lays a little bit nicer. It's a little bit easier for my machine to handle. So that's why I've been doing it. That's what I do. You guys do your own thing. You guys do whatever works best for you. That is the beauty of this particular hobby, if you will. All right, so the strips are all sewn up. So I'm going to go ahead and work on the bias today. Or, I'm sorry, on the binding today. Sometime this week, maybe even into next weekend. And then we will go from there. For those of you who just joined us at the beginning here, this is the project that we were working on today. It's an older project. I put the top together back in a at a quilt retreat a couple years ago. I pulled it out of my stash, and now we're finishing it up. So this is what it looks like. It is a free pattern by Donna Jordan. It is called Maple Leaf something. I just had it a second ago. It's a Maple Leaf Table Runner project of some kind. Really fun, really easy. I love these fabrics. I love the backing fabric as well. Those leaves are really cool. I love that also. Just one of my favorite projects because I love these colors. And so I'm really looking forward to it finally being done and being able to display it. So really exciting for that. Anyway, that is all the time that we have for today, or at least all the time that we're going to do a live stream for. I will definitely be in this room for more of the afternoon and more of the day. But anyway, thank you guys so much for joining me today. Thanks so much for hanging out, having such a great time. Happy Halloween to all of you. I hope you guys all have a safe and happy holiday. Make a great outdoor hanging as a wall vertically. Yes, you're right. It absolutely would, Terry. We are going to use it as a display piece in our office. We're going to hang it on the wall underneath our reception desk. You know how a reception desk has the little table there, the little half table, and then this flat wall. So we're going to hang it on that wall there. And we've got some other decorations to go along with it. So that's what we're going to be using it for. But yeah, it would make a nice outdoor like flag too. That could be fun, or on a door. You could hang it on the door too. So, anyway, thanks so much, guys, for joining me today. Thanks so much, Clay, for being a new subscriber to the channel. Next week when we come back, you'll be able to participate in chat. I'm sorry that you couldn't today, but we had to set up some rules because of a bunch of trolls. So, but thank you for that. Thank you to all of our members. You guys are awesome. Thank you to all of our moderators. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for all of you guys' help. Don't forget to check out all of our content creator friends. They are having a lot of fun. They're doing a lot of things. So thanks for that. Terry throwing up the link there for the Table Runner project. I appreciate that. You guys have a great rest of your day, great rest of your weekend. And I will see you all again next Sunday for another live stream. I have no idea what we're doing yet because I haven't set up that schedule. But next week will be a later live stream for a couple of reasons. One, time change. Please make sure you're checking on your local times because we are changing our times on Sunday morning. And I do believe that is next Sunday. I'm pretty sure. Also, my family does our virtual breakfast the first Sunday of every month. So we will be half an hour late. We'll start at 11 a.m. Central Time. Whatever time that turns out to be. We'll be starting at 11 a.m. Central Time next week. So remember that as well. But anyway, I will see you guys again really, really soon. Have the great rest of your weekend. And see you again really soon. Bye for now. Bye, guys.
I don't care who you want to be. Show yourself. Show